Hi everybody, thank you again for joining my floss tube. This is Sarah with In Stitches by Sarah, not safe for work, cross stitch and fiber arts. I'm very excited to show you what I have this week. I haven't been quite as busy as the last couple of videos. However, what I have finished have been some larger projects, and there are some that have been really fun and I'm really proud of. So just larger projects, so don't have quite as much to show you, so this video might be a little bit shorter. So lucky you guys. So first I wanted to tell you, I'm so excited. I went to a store for the first time in almost a year, and I thought I was gonna cry. For those of you who may not know, I had to give up my massage practice when COVID hit and stay home with my son to, take care of him and homeschool and all of that. And my husband works outside of the house, so he's been the one running all the errands and doing all of the things outside of the home. And my son and I have basically been in quarantine for the last year. And I just got my second dose of vaccine. I still have one more week on my grace period because there's still a 2-week kind of grace period after your second dose. I'm still wearing my masks. I'm still being socially distant and being mindful of all of that safety precautions. But I feel more comfortable. Excuse me. Going out into the world and shopping and doing that sort of thing. So I got to go to a store by myself for the first time, and it was Joann's. I was so excited. God bless my husband for letting me loose in Joann's for the first time in a year. I was very good. I was actually spent way less than I thought I was going to spend. I'm going to show you what I got in just a minute. I have been playing around with decorating my hoops instead of just the plain bamboo hoops. I have been playing around with embellishing them. And so I just got some fun things to embellish my hoops with. So like some rhinestones, gotta have some bling, right? I'm finding I love glitter and bling more and more than I ever thought I did. Got some pom-poms. Can't go wrong with pom-poms, right? Got some black rhinestones for my moody and dark, mysterious pieces. And then I got some pearls. I am a huge Prince fan, and so I think I got these in mind with doing something diamonds and pearls related. So we'll see how that turns out and what manifests from that. I also got some fabric, since I'm backing all of my pieces with fabric now. Just got some sample fabric, which I really like getting the fabric quarters, I guess they're called. You're not left with as much fabric if you end up not liking it or just not using it for as many projects as you thought you would. So it's more cost effective, there's less waste. And it's just fun to get different types of fabric without taking up too much space in your house too. So I got this nice floral and this. I'm so drawn to rainbows. I'm so drawn to rainbows. So anything with rainbows, I have to get some script, some romantic script, some animal print, because you never go wrong with animal print, right? And then some dog fabric. We got a dog about a year ago, and so I've been toying around with maybe doing some dog related pieces, really for his daycare as kind of a thank you. So just got some dog fabric and custom pieces. I know I have a lot of friends that have dogs and really love their dogs, so dog fabric is always nice to have. So that's what I got from Joann's. Like I said, it was not an extravagant trip, but it was still nice to get out of the house without anybody there. I could listen to music. I could take my time. I could sit in the car and play Pokemon for 5 minutes. It was nice. It was very nice to get out of the house and do that. So that's what I got at Joann's, and I'll be excited to see what projects those end up on. I've only created one pattern this week, which I know is surprising because the last couple videos, I think I had probably 4 to 8 each time. So this week I've only created one. It made me chuckle. It made my husband chuckle. So, as everybody may know, Texas, which for all my family and friends in Texas, I hope you guys are doing well and safe and warm and have electricity. And it's been a total shit show. So you have my sympathy. I am thinking about you. However, your leaders are pieces of shit. So I created a pattern. So this is Jar Jar Binks. I know my Jar Jar Binks game could be a little bit better, but Jar Jar Binks and still a better senator than Ted Cruz. So if you remember, Jar Jar Binks actually was a senator, and Ted Cruz took off to Cancun while his state was freezing and people were freezing to death. So that's the only pattern I created this week. I love it. Like I said, it made me chuckle. It made me happy. So that is available on my Etsy store, and it'll probably stay up there for a little bit, just depending on how well it does and if you like it as well. I only have one whip this week as well, work in progress. Like I said, slow. It's been a slow week for me. So I only have one work in progress. This is a podcast that actually reached out to me and asked me if I could do their logo. And of course I said yes, because the title itself, Cocktails and Capitalism. This is a podcast ran by 2 women who are fantastic. They are very knowledgeable. One has a more scientific background and one has a more storytelling background. So between the 2 of them, they really get into stories about capitalism and how it affects us as a society and individuals, and the pros and cons in layman's terms that we can all understand and all see how it affects us and solutions to some of the problems. And then there's also a themed cocktail with each podcast. So it's super fun. It's super chill. It's like getting together with your friends and talking about big things, which I appreciate. I am not a how's the weather kind of person. If you ask me how I am, you better be ready for a true, real answer. Because I'm going to tell you, I don't have time for bullshit. Really, I guess that's what it is. I just don't have the time and energy for bullshit. I want to know you. I want to know your soul. I want to know what makes you tick. So that's why I've really appreciated them, because they're the same and they're lots of fun. So this is the pattern that I created from their logo with my Max Stitch program. And then this is what I have stitched so far. So I've got the cocktails and I've started on the red stripes down the middle. I chose black. This is 18 count black Aida cloth. It's a little bit tricky to stitch on. I'm not gonna lie, black is always a little tricky. However, with a good light source, it's not quite as tricky. Or if you have something pale or white behind the cloth, it's easier to see the holes. But I will not lie, 18 count black is definitely tricky. The squares are very small, but you can't really do that logo on anything other than black. I'm not going to use black thread for the empty spaces. I'm just gonna use the Aida cloth as the empty space, as the art itself. So I'm really excited about how this is going to turn out, and I'm really excited about continuing to work with them and see how they grow. I will definitely post a link to either their website or their podcast in the description of this video, so you can check them out as well. I highly recommend it. They're super, super awesome. So that's the only whip I have, because I think I mentioned last video I was hoping to get the Hoppy Home piece done by Meredith Designs, and I did. I just finished it this morning, actually. So if you remember, this is the pattern. This is by Meredith Designs. Bless This Hoppy Home. I have really, really enjoyed stitching this piece. It's been a lot of fun. And like I've mentioned before, I will probably stitch this for my own home. And let me show you the finished piece. I haven't completely finished the framing. I'm trying to find some cloth to put behind because this frame is, I don't know, it's a little loose. So I'm trying to find some ways to tighten it up. But this is what it's gonna look like. Bless This Hoppy Home. There's very little backstitch in this piece. You'll see just kind of some swirl squigglies here, and then the wheat. I really love the backstitch in the wheat. It really gives it some depth and dimension. My husband actually mentioned that when I stitch it for us, maybe using some metallic to give it even a little bit extra sparkle, and maybe even the back stitch of the green in a metallic green as well, just to give it some extra depth and dimension. There's nothing wrong with this pattern. Like I said, I love this pattern, but sometimes you just have to make it your own for your own personal use. Obviously you would never sell this piece, or somebody else's piece as your own, but for your own use, you can vary up the pattern and colors as much as you want. But no, this has been really nice. I really, really enjoy this piece. This was a Christmas gift. So that big batch of Christmas gifts, this was second to the last one done. So that's gonna get completely finished tomorrow and shipped out in the next couple of days. And then I only have one more left in that Christmas batch to go. And that will really open up my schedule to do some more personal projects or some more patterns that I've been trying to get to, or some more commissions. I love working on commissions, collaborating together with other people to come up with that perfect piece. So hopefully I'll have some more commissions come through as well. So that is my one finish. My next finish is the one that I was super excited about doing. I know I always say I'm super excited. They're my favorite. I know I say that, but this piece, sometimes as an artist, you just have that like creative mania, I guess, where a piece just excites you from start to finish. You have this idea, it's in your head, like you can see it. You can see the whole thing from start to finish, and it drives you because you're just so excited to do it. And this was one of those pieces. It was inspired by it was inspired by a post by Matt Bronger, who's a stand-up comedian, of a mug he found at Hart Mercantile, which is kind of a funky little shop, I believe in Ohio. So I highly suggest following them on Instagram, seeing his specials. But that's what it was inspired by. And I saw the phrase, I was like, I need to stitch that. And so I did. And I wanted to do campy. I wanted to do, I don't know. I just wanted to do campy. I had this vision in my head. So this is probably the brightest piece I've done. I love the colors. I love the way it turned out. I also embellished this frame. So this is the red rhinestones that I used on this frame. And I wanted to give it some sparkle, some glitter, some shine, some camp. So life isn't all cupcakes and hand jobs. When I saw that on a mug, I knew I had to stitch it. And yeah, I love how the rhinestones turned out. It gives it some camp, it gives it some dimension. I really, really love it. And then on the back, I got some sweets fabric in pink. Like I said, it's just campy, it's fun, it's kind of sexy. I don't know. I just had a lot of fun with this piece. So it's special to me. And I love how the frames turned out. If you want to see the video of, there's a quick little time-lapse video of me hand doing that frame on Instagram. So if you want to go follow me there, find me there, that's fantastic. Like I said, it's a quick little time lapse. I hand placed all of those rhinestones. And so I can't wait to do more. It was actually a lot of fun, and it just, I don't know, my artistic ways, my artistic lanes are open. So those are the two finishes, the Hoppy Home, the cupcakes and hand jobs piece. Those are the only two finishes I have this week. Like I said, they were slightly larger finishes for me. That cupcakes and hand jobs piece took me a little bit longer than I thought. All that pink in the cupcake itself took me a little bit longer. It's stitched, I'll show you. So it's stitched on 16 count. This is a 7-inch frame, 7-inch frame on 18-inch Aida cloth. And so it just took me a long time. Everything is backstitched. I even backstitched the little sprinkles to make them stand out a little bit more. The cherry, the cupcake itself. I know backstitching can be a pain in the butt, but it makes everything look so much better. So if you're ever questioning, should I backstitch this or not? The answer is usually always yes. It just makes it look better. So take that extra time, do the backstitch. It's worth it in the end. I have 2 hopeful projects this week. I'm going to continue on the Cocktails and Capitalism, obviously, because that is a commission piece and just something I started. So I'm going to keep going. The last batch of the Christmas gift, I'm going to start this week. So disregard the P after sex wording in there, but I'm going to be doing the wreath. And then I believe it's something like live every day like it's Tuesday. It's a custom piece, so it's an inside joke with her and her dad. Like I said before, I love collaborating with people to come up with the perfect piece. So it's not going to say P after sex, but it is going to be the wreath. This is an original pattern by me. It's going to be the wreath. And then inside, I'm not quite sure what font yet, but inside is going to be live every day like it's Tuesday. And then the other hopeful piece, I haven't done a really small piece in a while, and I don't know. I want to get something small done. Is stop shitting all over yourself. I'm a big culprit of this. Oh, I should be doing this. I should be doing that. I should have done this. I should have done that. And so I'm just shitting all over myself. What do you guys think? Do you like this? Do you like the color? I'm not sure. It's going to be in a round hoop, so this would be to the edge and to the edge. I'm just not sure. It kind of looks like a baseball to me now that I see it. But we'll see. Sometimes you just play around with things and see how it turns out. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's not so great. And that's okay. That's art, right? Somebody will find beauty in it. It's art. I remember going to the Museum of Modern Art in San Francisco with my husband. And at the time, I didn't appreciate modern art. I was like anybody can do this. Are you kidding me? There was a display of a toilet on a pile of bricks. And I was like, I remember getting into a fight actually about it. Because I probably hadn't eaten. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like a toilet is art. But now I get it. I totally get it. And toilet is art. So that's what I have going on. I really, really appreciate all of the support and the likes and the subscribes. I really do. So if you want to continue seeing what art I create, continue supporting a local artist, please hit that like and subscribe. I really appreciate everything that you guys have brought to me. So I appreciate it. Until next time, keep it stitchy. Bye.